Hello, this is Mrs. Mills, your instructor for English 112, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the final argumentative paper and all its elements. All right, so I got my cheat sheet here. I'm going to make sure I go over all of this, and let me get my board here. All right. I got some notes here and some ideas and some items that I want to go over. For the final argumentative paper, remember, make sure you are in correct MLA format, and that goes for the end reference list, the works side of the bibliography. Make sure all of your sources are in correct MLA format. Lines are tabbed in, correct punctuation, correct italics. Make sure you check that source type, alphabetical order, everything we've been practicing so far. So make sure that your final reference list is in proper MLA format. Also remember your parenthetical documentation, also called in-text citation or in-text notes. Please make sure that you cite your information within your paper correctly. Remember, the basic format is end your quotation, and then there's no punctuation. Don't end the sentence yet. In punctuation, parenthesis, author's last name, page number, in parenthesis, period. If there are no page numbers, if you used NPAG as citation for no page numbers, then you're going to write a lead-in or a attributive tag, and that's on page 550 of your textbook, and it's also in your handbook. So you're going to write a lead-in if there's no pages, because obviously you can't cite any pages. Also, I want you to make sure that you're doing a nice balance of the parenthetical documentation that goes on the end of your sentence, the last name of the author and the page numbers. And I also want you to do some attributive tags or lead-ins as well. Lead in with the author name, give your quote, and end with the parentheses and the page number in there. And that's all in your book. So if you can practice that, make sure you look back at that quiz. If you goofed up anywhere, make sure that you find the right format, because I will take points off for incorrect formatting within in-text citations. While I'm talking about in-text citations, I want you to make sure that you're not leaving research or quoted information at the end of paragraphs. Never leave research at the end of your paragraphs, because you always want to connect back to your main point of the paragraph or the paper topic as a whole, because remember, you're arguing. You want to cite that research, and then you want to give your thoughts on it. So make sure that you comment on that research and transition effectively to the next paragraph. And I'll hold up my board again. Number 2, just as I just said, always connect back to the main argument, okay? You don't want to leave the reader saying, what was the paper topic again? I can't remember. So always bring your argument and that reason for your argument, always bring it back full circle. So if you're talking about the death penalty, which you can't write about because it's on the no list, but I'll give you an example. So if one of your reasons for getting rid of the death penalty as a punishment for a crime is that it costs the taxpayers extra money, you can agree with that or you can disagree with that. Make sure that you connect back to that main argument. So never leave the reader saying, again, what was the topic again? What is he or she arguing? So whatever your main topic sentence is of your paragraph or the section, always bring it back to your main subject or that main reason for your argument. All right? Also, again, make sure that you defend your argument and you defend your stance. Remember, you're arguing. You are not giving a summary. You're not giving a biography. You're not giving a history lesson. Don't care about those things. I want your reasons for argument. So, as you did in your brainstorming, map it out. So if your topic is the death penalty, I am against the death penalty because... brainstorm out your reasons why and think to yourself, why? That's why I had you do that brainstorming for them. So you want to elaborate upon your reasons and keep on that one side of the argument, okay? Also, let me make sure. Also, make sure that you view the student example papers I have put in your Moodle course. So those are real-life student papers. I mentioned this before, with real comments on them. Read the paper, read the comments, look at the argument, look at the positives of the paper, and then look at where the writer, kind of fell down, okay? Look at the weaknesses. They're both pretty good papers. One is better than the other, but they do serve as nice examples. So make sure that you look at those and look at my comments as well. All right. For your final copy, remember always to go back to your brainstorming. Okay, so the forums that we did with the rough drafting, the initial brainstorming, the simple and sentence outline forum, always go back and see if you can gather new keywords when you research or new ideas for your paper. All right, and now let's talk about formatting. For this paper, you are going to turn in 4 items. Okay, you're going to turn in the simple outline, finalized. The sentence outline, finalized. So final outlines, simple and sentence. Yes, you have to do 2 separate outlines. You can't choose one. 2 formal outlines. One's a simple and one's a sentence. Then you turn in the final paper, okay, 5 to 7 full pages as the rubric says. And then the reference list, the bibliography, the works cited, whatever you like to call it. When you turn these items in, I need them all on one Word document. So I don't want to pull 4 different files. Okay, so make sure everything is on one MS Word document, because you need it on one MS Word document to put it into turnitin.com. Or you can copy paste, that's fine. But I need it on one MS Word document. But within that full document containing the 4 elements, make sure that you put each new element on a new piece of paper. Okay? So the simple outline, however long it is, it needs to be on 1, 2, 3 pages. When you finish that simple outline, get a new page and start the sentence outline. When the sentence outline ends, no matter where it ends, new piece of paper for the final copy, and then new piece of paper for the bib. Okay, don't shove everything together. Each element has to be separated out onto individual sheets of paper within MS Word, you know what I'm talking about. But it's one full document containing the 4 elements. If you have any questions, let me know. But I will take off points for, cramming all this information into, cramming it and not separating out the pages. That, it just looks neat and professional. So make sure that you separate out those pages. You have to turn it into Moodle, the assignment feature in Moodle, and turnitin.com. I won't read it if it's not in both places, so it needs to be in Moodle and turnitin.com. Please check your submission requirements. And you don't have to post this to any forum. You've talked about this paper enough. You're just going to turn in the final 4 elements. Simple outline, sentence outline, final paper, and the bib. I think that's it. Please read the rubric in regards to this assignment. It's very important that you get all of the criteria down and look at the point breakdown. You can also go visit the Academic Skills Center for 5 extra bonus points. You can see that on your rubric. I would have an extra set of eyes look at this assignment and make sure that your grammar is correct, you're arguing, you're staying on topic, and you're defending your argument as well. So you can go to the Academic Skills Center in person on the New Bern or Havelock campus, or you can do it electronically, and there's a email address on your syllabus. I think it's writinglab@cravencc.edu that you can submit your paper to. Please give these tutors at least 2 days. All right, and also please remember to I know this sounds funny, but please turn in final copies of this assignment. A lot of students just turn in their rough drafts and really never get to that final piece. I can see all your rough drafts. So if I don't see that transition from crummy rough draft, initial thoughts, to final product, it's not a professional, well-done paper. So please make sure you are drafting and editing and doing a couple drafts as you learned in your previous English class with the writing process. So if you have any questions, let me know. Just making sure I said everything. And again, make sure that you have that rubric And if, like I said, if you have any questions, let me know, and I want to hear some really great arguments.